Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to look at some principles to help us operate more effectively as leaders. Maishu arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 7th year of the Leadership Japan series, and I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success. President of Dale Carnegie Training Japan and best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. This podcast brings insights, experiences, examples about leading in Japan, and trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here's the daily lineup on iTunes. Monday is the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesday, Presentation Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tachi no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is masaka. Say you have won the jumbo lottery and you're checking the numbers and you realize, I've won it. I can't believe it. Masaka. Masaka. I can't believe it. Masaka. 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 So this would be something you would say with friends, you're around friends, open up the envelope, whatever it is, and there's the winning number, and it's yours. You just go, masaka, masaka. If you're talking to a client, you wouldn't say masaka, you would say something like, taihen odorokimashita. I was very surprised. Something like that. So, masaka. This is episode number 384. And today we're talking about leadership principles are an absolute must. Harvard Business School, Stanford Business School, and INSEAD Business School are all awesome institutions. My previous employer shelled out serious cash to send me there for executive education courses. Classes of 100 people from all around the world engaging in debate, idea, and experience exchange. One of my Indian classmates even wrote and performed a song at the final team dinner at Stanford, which was amazing and amazingly funny, as it captured many of the experiences of the 2 weeks we all shared together there. When you get off the plane and head back to work, you realize that the plane wasn't the only thing flying at 30,000 feet. The content of the course was just like that. We were permanently at the very macro level. The day-to-day didn't really get covered, and the tactical pieces didn't really feature much. This isn't a criticism, because you need that big picture. But the things on your desk waiting for you are a million miles from where you have just been. Fortunately, there are some leadership principles which can cover off the day-to-day needs. Principle number 22 is begin with praise and honest appreciation. Such an obvious thing. How could this even be mentioned as a principle? It may be obvious, but are you a master of this principle? We talk about providing psychological safety for our teams. Well, that is great. And just how do you do that when you have pressure to produce results from above and are feeling the stress of the current business disruption? It is too easy to begin with an interrogation about this current state of play, the numbers, the revenues, the cash flows. How about if you started every interaction off with finding something real to praise about the team members? Not fakery, but something real that shows you are paying close attention to what they are doing well. Mistakes happen, except in Japan. In Japan, mistakes are not allowed, and the penalties to career advancement are large. Fail faster might make you a legend in Silicon Valley, but would see you cast out in Japan. That is why the entire population here are all ninjas at concealing any errors so that the boss never finds out. How do we get innovation going if we can't tolerate mistakes? That is one big reason why there is so little white-collar work innovation in Japan. Principle 23 says, call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. Rubbing it in someone's face that they screwed up is a pretty dumb but universally adopted idea by bosses. Principle 26, let the other person save face, isn't an Oriental idea. It is a human idea. And no one likes losing face in front of others, and it doesn't increase people's engagement levels. In fact, it has them thinking about leaving for greener pastures. Principle 24 also helps. Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. We want our team members to feel empowered to take responsibility, to step up and try stuff. That is how we create an innovation hub inside the organization. If you have a hotbed of ideas from your team and the competition is still caning people who make mistakes, then you will win. Find out more when we come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we are also doing custom in-house programs. We do them in our Super Safe classroom, we do them live online, we do them in Japanese, we do them in English. Today's show is sponsored by our Dale Carnegie course. That's a very unique program. It's a 12-week program that starts on the 7th of November. Our professional leadership series, we have delegation on the 13th of November and handling mistakes on the 20th of November. And then on the 20th of November, we have also negotiations. Our website details are at injapan.dalecarnegie.com. You can find out more about the courses there. Or you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we've got over 1,000 for you at Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We're releasing 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show on Japan. That's every Monday. Fridays we have the Japan Business Master Show. Saturdays we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on the topic of leading in Japan. Every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Terebi show. Get my books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery. Both are available on Amazon. Welcome back. Principle 25 is so powerful. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Bosses are staff supervisors because we have supervision. Probably true once upon a time in the old days, but no longer the case. Business is too complex today. So we need to grow our people and to be able to rely on their ideas. If I spend all my time telling you what I think, I haven't learned anything. Bosses need to think of questions which will push the team's thinking muscle hard and get people really engaged. Instead of laying out your thoughts, chapter and verse, and falling in love with the sound of your own voice, try asking questions instead. After asking the question, shut up and let your people answer without interruption. It may be killing you, but do it. Being asked for your opinion and ideas is empowering. Maybe the boss has all the answers. Great. But what if the staff have questions the boss hasn't even thought about? In Japanese business, asking the right question is more valued than having the right answer. All of these principles have things in common. They are common sense, but not common practice. They are super easy to understand, but devilish to execute consistently. They are game changers in our relationship with our staff. Having some leadership principles to live by just takes the action of thinking out of the equation. These become the reflex actions we take because they have become a habit. These are the types of habits we need to cultivate. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Go to our website, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success here in Nippon.